Peace to the Chaos Squad. What's up? What's up? What's up, Patreon family? It's a thankful turn up Thursday. Thankful turn up Thursday. We are here. We are here. We are here. And as you can see on the screen, New Love Life pops up first on the Instagram.
Message.
Nice.
Yep.
Perfect.
Today, Patreon family, we're going live with Brother Yosef to dive deep into a relationship issue or relationship topic that's very, very prevalent in today's time. Trust. How to build trust in yourself and then how to build trust in another. So we're going to dive deep into that, talking about intuition, talking about the spiritual matters of relationships and so on and so forth. So be on the lookout for that today, 1 p.m. on Brother Yosef's channel. But today, Thankful Thursday, we're going to turn up on my Instagram feed and feed our spirit, feed our soul some high vibrational information. So let's get with it. Check it out. Oh, the master, C. Freemanell.
We are required to think well of ourselves if we are made in the image of God. And we are. If we're made in the likeness of God, you cannot afford to imagine failure. You cannot afford to imagine poverty. That's what David is saying when he says, why doeth the people imagine a vain thing? It is vanity to be poor in a universe that's full of wealth, full of power, full of knowledge. The illusion of inferiority is an abomination to the Lord. We don't need that. We are required to think well of ourselves if we are made in the image of God.
I love C. Freemanell, man. I love C. Freemanell. He's like my damn G-paw in this bitch, my spiritual grandpa in this hoe. You feel me? We kind of look alike too. You feel me? I probably shit was the Morris brother for real. No, he's right. Like C. Freemanell is giving the truth, the power back to us to understand that we have been brought up in a system that keeps us in a state of fear, worry, anxiety. The real game and the real power as God is to know that it don't matter what's coming on in the outside of you, you're happy within. And that happiness within, that joy within that you feel is better than the external. Like if some of y'all seen that Bashar video I posted this morning. So I want the family to understand that to the core. Like this is about you understanding that you are God, ye are God, and God stimulates its reality from the inside. The outside world is just a projection of your inner world. So if you continuously, repetitiously stay the course of joy, happiness, and love for yourself, essentially, that's what you'll see on the outside. But the problem is we're letting the outside dictate how we feel instead of having the confidence, the assurance of the inside happiness and joy, and then moving in the walks of life, you know what I'm saying, as we move and not letting the reaction get the best of us. So it is important to meditate. It is important to find out deeper recesses in your mind to understand this God power. Because essentially that's what it boils down to, slowing down the demiurge, slowing down the ego, and falling in love with self.
Message.
So I want the family to understand that. What it say, clarity attracts resources. One big thing about clarity is that you must have a definite goal or definite purpose, so you can tunnel vision in that purpose, and you can move all your inward energy into that, and then start to move to that goal or that purpose driven. And that's it. Everything else is fodder. You are just in the space of hitting your target, hitting your goal, which puts you in a momentum to succeed.
Message.
And momentum is all we got, baby. Momentum is all we got. See, when you're trying to succeed at something, when you make a definite goal, okay, I'm going to lose 25 pounds by this date. I'm going to lose 50 pounds by this date. I want to be a YouTuber by this date or whatever, right? Essentially, your body will start to capitulate to that reality. It'll start to shift your world into that reality based off of you're saying, this is what I want. This is where my focus is at. So nothing else matters. I'm going for mine. So we want to understand to the core how very, very important your mind is, family.
I just pulled a card for my Sacred Sister morning message that I'm finishing up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's speaking about resilience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so important on this process and in this life, as we are consistently, pursuing and going after embodying, living in the image of God. There's going to be some shit that tests our ability to stay in that frequency.
Yep.
And so that's where we have to be resilient and rooted.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I think this reminder that C. Freeman L is given is so important. And I think it's something we got to be, really keeping our spirits like, wait, hold on. I'm made in the image and likeness of God. I and God are one. So no matter what is showing up in front of me, I have the capacity to overcome, work through, manifest, bring forth, whatever. So I think the resilience is key to keep walking in that path.
Message.
Yeah. Y'all know family. Y'all know Patriarch family is like everything always tends to work out. You be like, damn, I didn't see that coming. Wait, what?
What? How? What? Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know. I was stressing. I was fretting, and then all of a sudden, the miracle happened. You'd be like, oh shit, okay. Thank you, spirit. You don't even know how to react. You just be like, oh, I knew it was gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, damn, all right, there's something else working behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, So I just want to encourage the family, like, stay on. This shit is an illusion. This thing is absolutely amazing when you see how spirit just puts things. It's it's just amazing, dog. It's just amazing. Let's keep on rolling. Let's keep on rolling. I got example. I'll be like, damn, for real, goddamn. Damn, spirit, y'all did that.
An emotion only needs 7 seconds to pass. 7 seconds. That's all it takes for the amygdala to fire a neurochemical reaction we call an emotion. But most of us never allow those 7 seconds. We analyze it, we justify it, we suppress it. And by doing that, we keep the emotion alive far longer than it needs to be. Next time you feel something rising, pause. Count to 7. Breathe slowly. Notice how the sensation begins to dissolve. It was real, it happened. It was simply your environment moving through your nervous system. You don't need to fight it. You don't need to explain it. Let it flow through you. The clearer you become, the more your body returns to rhythm. And in that rhythm, life begins to feel like flow again. An emotion only needs 7 seconds to pass. 7.
That's fire.
Message.
You know, a big aspect of this walk that we're doing as spiritual beings having a human experience is that we got to remember that the human experience is here and real. So in this human experience, we must find the clarity and the consciousness to slow down and breathe. Breath is spirit. So essentially, we got to understand that there's things in this external world that's going to happen that might trigger us from past traumas. And honestly and deeper, those are just tests from yourself, your higher self. Devil and Jesus is the same thing, baby. So now, as you're walking in this particular earth realm and understanding that the world is going to place things in front of you that, you know, is challenging you, only thing you can do in them particular moments, instead of reacting, stepping back, taking a deep breath through your nose, hold, and exhale. And just breathe. Now, it's easier said than done, and shit, I'm not perfect at it at all. At all, nigga. At all. But, you know, I think it's important for us to keep on having these builds and understandings, because essentially what happens is little by little, surely by surely, we'll fall into alignment with these particular works and then start working as we walk through the struggles of the day.
Message.
So I want to encourage the family to understand that, you know, we're just building here, family. We're building, we're growing together. And essentially, you know what I'm saying, everything is going to come in due time. Now, obviously, you have the willpower to, you know, put it in the overdrive. But essentially, what we got to do is just be patient with ourselves, be loving on ourselves, and try to remain conscious all the time. It's easier said than done, but at the same time, at the end of the day, when we do have these gems and jewels, especially in this particular video, let's slow down, breathe in through our nose, hold, breathe out through our mouth, and get back into our flow state.
Sorry about you.
So yeah, that's good, family.
I just going back on that resilience topic. Another way that spirit was just giving it to me is, you know, getting grounded in God. You know what I mean? Because as we are growing, evolving, and changing for the better, there's gonna be some stuff. That's just what it is.
Each level is a new devil.
Right.
Each level is a new devil. But remember, the
like
devil
I
is you.
said, or like I said last time, it's the same devil coming back to make sure you're actually ready for your next level. So getting grounded in God, or getting grounded in general, I think is a major part of navigating. And I love that he's saying it only takes 7 seconds to relieve an emotion. I would want to go and research that and see, you know, how true that is. But if we can understand that, okay, I'm going to give myself some time. Let me get rooted. Let me get grounded. Stop. You know, yesterday I went outside and I just laid in the grass. The weather was perfect for it. I just laid down in the grass. And that was me getting grounded. That was me earthing. That was me casting my fears, my worries, my anxieties, whatever, into the earth, and then absorbing all of that goodness, absorbing all of that support, absorbing all of those negative ions to help me with navigating and moving and doing all the things that I was doing or needing to do.
Mhm.
So I just say, whenever we experience emotions, we got to make sure that we have something that gets us back grounded so that we
Mhm.
can stay resilient and persevere towards the goal.
Yeah, that's good, babe. That's fly. That's fly. And I think shit. You know what I'm saying? The more, and this is the thing. This is the heavier thing. The more you know this stuff, the heavier the devil comes.
Message.
I'm just telling you what it is, baby. So what happens is with spirit, right? Spirit says, "Oh, okay, we're trying something new now, huh?" And then the ego comes and says, "Nah, I want to stay alive. You got me fucked up." So now there's a battle between the old self and the new self, and y'all are just in this whole conundrum, even though it's the same entity, same one being. So it's like a cosmic fight with your old self. You playing tug of war and trying to shift out of this stuff, right? And the beautiful thing about what we do here, Patreon family, is that just having like-minded individuals just come in and kumbaya and being able to talk and just understand and woosah, right, is a beautiful thing for us spiritual beings having a human experience. Because sometimes we need to vent, we need to express our frustration with the human based off of we're trying to just figure it out. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And the reason why this 7-second thing is true is because your mind makes it true. So run it. All right, let's keep it rolling, baby.
If you want to kill fear, you must go to its source, your mind. Because fear doesn't start in the world. It starts in your thoughts, in the silent, invisible stories you repeat to yourself. Stories of inadequacy, of danger, of what might go wrong. Stories that play on a loop, shaping your reality without you even realizing it. And here's the truth. If you don't train your thoughts, they will train you. Left unchecked, the mind becomes a battlefield where fear always wins. But you're not here to be ruled by fear. You're here to reclaim your mind, to take back the pen and write a new script. And it begins with this simple but powerful realization. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You are the architect, the programmer, the one who chooses what gets to stay. So when fear whispers, you're not ready, you don't just accept it. You question it. You respond, says who? When it says you'll fail, you reply, maybe. But I'll learn. You flip the script. You disrupt the pattern. Because every thought is a seed. And what you water grows. If you water fear, you'll harvest hesitation. But if you water courage, if you flood your mind with powerful, intentional, disciplined thoughts, then boldness becomes your default. This isn't about blind positivity. It's about intentional mental conditioning. The same way athletes train their bodies, warriors train their reflexes, and musicians train their fingers. You must train your mind with affirmations that declare your worth, with visualization that locks your eyes on the outcome, with repetition that makes greatness feel familiar. Tell yourself what you want to believe until it becomes who you are. Speak it, feel it, act on it every day. I am calm under pressure. I face fear and move anyway. I don't shrink, I expand. These aren't just words, they're commands, and your subconscious is always listening. And don't just think these thoughts, live them. Let your actions reflect your new identity. Your mind learns by watching you. So when you do something bold, when you move despite the nerves, when you speak up despite the shaking hands, your brain registers, we do hard things now. That's how identity changes. That's how fear loses control. You're not weak for having fear, but you stay weak if you let it lead. Discipline your inner world, and the outer world will bend to meet it. Guard your thoughts like a vault. Interrupt the lies. Install the truth. And if you want to kill fear, you must go to its source, your mind.
Peace to the family. God damn, he dropped the boatload on our ass.
Sorry about you.
Yeah, this is why we do have these builds and thankful Thursdays. And I'm so thankful and grateful for these Thursdays because essentially this is shifting and moving us into another state of consciousness. Run to the fear. Run to the fear. Whatever you're afraid of, you came down here to do that great work and run to it. Because essentially what happens is you're when you first come onto the earth realm, right? You chose a particular mission to go through in your childhood and in your teenage years, even into young adult years. And those particular times program your subconscious mind to think a certain way. So the school systems, the church, all of those things you chose, your mama and them, abuse, traumas, whatever, right? All of those things you chose to have an experience with, to understand something deeper about yourself. So now when you come into consciousness, the only thing that you must do is run to the fear, run to the things that doesn't necessarily feel inviting, doesn't feel comfortable, but those are the things that's actually gonna break and remove any notion of human.
Message.
When I was at that PE job, see, there was a whole bunch of different times where I ran into the fear. Like, let's go to the aspect of me being a drug dealer and a drug addict, right? And kicking it with my partners and shit, and being this, how you say, just, you know what I'm saying, one deep kind of energy, you know what I'm saying, never in a real committed relationship, just doing my thing wild style, right? A nigga, if you will. A nigga, yeah, let's call it that. Essentially what happened was enough was enough. The bars and the drugs showed me sides of myself that I didn't want to do anymore. And it revealed something to me based off of I was running from being myself. I was running from the aspects of just being me. So I fell into the stereotypical ritual of being a hood nigga and looking cool, and being in the glamour and trying to fit in, try to be the man and shit. You feel me? And all of it, and straight up, all of it was just based off of ass. That's all these niggas were trying to just look the part, to base it off of ass and shit. You feel me? Shit, if I act tough, I look tough, shit, maybe I get some more ass. Shit, god damn. Ha! So now, naturally, once you come into the space of consciousness and understanding, okay, well, that's a false identity, ego, program self in the human. Now, who am I? And what do I like and enjoy and feel about myself that I can do? And that was the biggest, I think that was the biggest fear thing I ever did. You feel me? Yeah, that had to be, because you know what I'm saying? You talk about losing friends, particular family members, brothers of yours you've been down with since 5. You see what I'm saying? You already went through so many situations with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a whole bunch of different things that happen to where you're like, damn, I'm in the thick of it with these niggas. But fuck that shit, nigga. I'm a god and I can change my mind to be me.
Message.
And that's essentially what I did. And, and it's okay to be, saying, fuck it, shit. If I'm a nerd, I'm a nerd, nigga. You ain't gonna beat this nerd's ass though.
Sorry about you.
I promise you that. That nerd was whooping ass back then too. You feel me? Chaos in the blood. So, you know what I'm saying? I want the family to understand to the core, like that fear part is a big thing. Like we gotta remove any aspects of holding on to these attachments of old selves and identities based off of, you know what I'm saying? It's the status quo of what a real nigga looks like, or what looks good to fit in. We must be strong with ourselves and understand you only got one self, and you will transition by yourself.
Message.
So I love this statement by the God, and just understand that if you run towards the fear, then things will start to work out in your favor. See, when I did that personal training job, and you know, I'm changing my life for the better. Every chance I got, I ran to the fear. I said, all right, let me challenge myself and see. Boom. Boot camp, crowd, public speaking, nervous. I didn't like that. Boom. Toastmasters for 2 years. Boom. Fasting. I don't know. It's kind of fearful. Fast for a day, fast for 3 days, fasted 7 days. Boom. 30-day fast, 40-day fast. Boom. So it's a constant repetitious factor of saying, you know what? Let me challenge myself and see how great I can become.
Message.
And that's all that matters. Yes, sir, family. Thankful Turn Up Thursday. Thankful Turn Up Thursday. And like I said, family, today, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time, D-Ray Wise, Dream Wise, Brother Yosef, on Brother Yosef's YouTube channel. We're going to dive deep into relationship topics and primarily trust. If you have any questions, family, leave the questions. Leave the questions in the comments, and we'll build upon them as we're having this relationship build. Yes, sir, family. I love and appreciate y'all. Love and appreciate y'all. Peace to the gods.
Peace, fam.